I'm the last person who will ever represent Israel as like we have this mistake where I think like people who talk about Israel, we represent Israel as like a LGBTQ mecca in the Middle East. I don't think that's the correct representation of our country, just considering the fact that like a bunch of countries next to us are like bigoted in that, and so we lose respect from them, and we need to respect. We had to have their respect first, but we do have like it's something I actually take pride in. We have the biggest pride parade in the Middle East, the only functioning pride parade in the Middle East, and like 100% equality for LGBTQ individuals in Israel. Hey,
What's up, bro?
what a super cool background you got there.
I like tapestries.
That's nice.
Much weed.
You smoke too much weed? Is that what you said?
Yes, too much weed. Not tapestries.
Is there a reason why your microphone is all the way off to the side? Like, are you speaking to me through your headphones or through your microphone?
This.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Here in America.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah, in the land of the what the fuck ever at this point. I don't know.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's pretty good.
It's 50-50.
It's really not that bad.
There's some things.
I've traveled to 80 countries around the world. Trust me, it's.
I mean, I know. I've
It's
been out of
fucking
the
incredible.
too. And compared to our problems, there's a bunch of different problems in the world, like starving daily and dying and disease and famine and regimes and
Yeah.
I know there's atrocities that go on daily.
Yeah, like compared to literally anywhere, it's pretty fucking fantastic.
Yeah, me being bullied by people because they like have some weird religious indifference is not near in that comparison. Trust me.
Yeah, and also like you probably would be bullied for the same thing probably everywhere in the world.
Yeah, there's gonna be people who don't dislike something that they don't like.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
Listen, you stepped off the, there's like the stream, there's everyone swimming in one direction. You stepped off, you're going the other way. There's always going to be haters. That's just how it is.
Yeah. People didn't even like Muhammad or Jesus or anybody when they first started being religious in the point,
Yeah, are you a follower of Muhammad or Jesus?
Not necessarily a follower. It's just I have like my grandparents were like religious scholars, and so I grew up with two religious scholars, so they studied a fuck ton.
Wow.
I had a lot of interesting conversations when I was younger with them, so I'm very, very open to the idea that religions are all just like it's just all of us trying to make sense of something much, much bigger than all of us, and should utilize them for the positives that they have, and also like just use intelligence to defer like common human decency and stuff, like what we should accept and move on from and progress from it. We should and shouldn't keep, etc.
Do you have like any sort of gravitation or affinity to any of the like major religions like Islam or Christianity or Judaism or anything?
Not necessarily, because to me personally, I think a lot of them have them all their own faults. Because I don't know, I feel in reality a lot of this is just men trying to make sense of the word of God, and I don't really think we'll ever be able to.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something that is left for us to understand, not in this lifetime. Because if we understood it in this lifetime, we wouldn't act as if we had free will anymore.
That's fascinating. So you do believe in God?
To a sense,
okay.
To a degree, but I believe in heavily the possibility of one, because I mean, right now, the closest scientific evolutionary experience is like evolution, simulation, all this other stuff. And it's like, yeah, but the more you look at science, the more you realize how divinely perfect certain things came into be for life to come to be. And it's like,
I would
anything.
I would agree with that point. What religion were you raised in? Were you raised in any sort of religion?
Christianity.
Christianity? Catholicism or just like Protestant Christianity?
There's a modern Christianity group that they did over here called Disciples of Christ, and they were much more open to anything as long as it was positive and constructive for the human being.
Wow, that's cool. Did you ever get a chance to like go on a missionary trip to like
not with them, but like we would go out in the Christian school kid camps and stuff like that, do stuff, make a bunch of stuff, help other people out that were poor, and do all kinds of stuff. I mean, my family ran like a giant food pantry in Texas.
Wow. Did you ever visit Israel?
No, I actually really wanted to. I wanted to.
Yeah, you should.
I don't want to have any issues with anybody there being trans and drunk or anything, because but at the same time.
Trans issues in Israel?
I don't really know. A lot of the world is like, it just depends. It's 50-50 of the culture. You might run into somebody who just accepts it because it has nothing to do with like individual places more than the
Sure,
person itself.
sure, but in Israel, it's like not a. I'm the last person who will ever represent Israel as like we have this mistake where I think like people who talk about Israel, we represent Israel as like a LGBTQ mecca in the Middle East. I don't think that's the correct representation of our country, just considering the fact that like a bunch of countries next to us are like bigoted in that, and so we lose respect from them, and we need to respect. We have to have their respect first. But we do have like, it's something I actually take pride in. We have the biggest pride parade in the Middle East, the only functioning pride parade in the Middle East, and like 100% equality for LGBTQ individuals in Israel.
That's really fucking awesome.
Yeah,
That's good.
I'm proud of it. Like I have family members who are LGBTQ as well, like immediate family members who are, and I love the fact that in our country we don't murder them. It's not perfect. I'm not gonna pretend it's perfect. It's not perfect.
Nowhere's perfect. Yeah, we all have a lot of our own problems in this world, and I think it mainly just comes from ignorance of education, ignorance of people's own religions. A lot of people use their own religions that they don't know well enough to spew something that is ignorant from it and don't understand it necessarily, or they're using an interpretation of something to say that this is the definite way to do something, and it's like things change. Things change through the Bible themselves. Most religions, their rules change throughout the course of it.
So let me ask you this. I'm curious. You're trans, right? I'm so sorry if I don't get the terminology correct because I'm not like super well versed. But I'm curious, like in the last year being in America, have you felt like pressure within the trans community to have to like take a political opinion on Israel?
No, not realistically. No, most of the people I know that are adults, I think a lot of that realistically comes from a lot of the younger generation. I might not like it, but I'm almost 30.
Okay. Same, by the way.
So, oh yeah, we're getting there. But a lot of the younger generation has been so culpably, I think, groomed by the generation before them and the government and other stuff like that mentally to just believe that there's like this massive hate war again against humanity. And it was like, we just got over this shit. Almost. Like we were pretty close, and now they're sparking it back up. And I think it has a lot to do with just corrupt political systems all around the world. I mean,
and you don't feel like any sort of disdain towards Jewish people or like the rise in anti-Semitism in America? Like you haven't felt like Jews control your life?
I don't have a personal disdain or dismay for really any group personally. Like everybody has their own reasons, and once you understand your enemy, you no longer want to destroy them, kind of thing, right? Like you understand the humanity of it. You understand that people are just trying to prosper in the only way they know how.
Damn.
The best bet.
It was a very, very beautiful way, beautiful way of looking at the world. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely judged you the second we entered the conversation because most people that I meet or interact with online right now who are part of LGBTQ communities or trans communities outside of Israel are usually like vehemently anti-Israel. The ones that I meet, not saying everyone. So I was expecting you to be like,
do anything. This isn't a fucking holy war anymore. It hasn't been a holy war like a lot of people are. This is about people. This is about people's lives. Like people are struggling, starving. There's issues everywhere in all of the world, and we have to come to political agreements. When other countries refuse to come to political agreements and they just want war, I mean, that's a bad idea. Most of us don't want war anymore. You know? It's hard to back that person when you're like, look, we could all end each other in 1 fucking second. So let's shut up about who has the bigger dick at this point. Like we all have one big enough to fucking blow this whole shit up. Stop.
I like you. You're very nice. What's your name?
My name's Leah.
Leah. Nice to meet you, Leah. I'm tall. Well, this was a very insightful conversation, and I really appreciate you. It was very, very nice to meet you, Leah.
Sanity break on the internet.
So yeah, absolutely. Thank you as well. I appreciate it, Leah. See you around. Be well. Bye-bye. Wow, look at that. Look at that. A pro-Israel LGBTQ trans person in America. I was not... You know what? What's her name? Blair White. She could learn a thing or two. She became a little anti-Israel recently. Learn a thing or two. There you go. I like that. It's all about humanity, baby. See you guys in the next one. Love you a long time. Goodbye, class. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.